Forward, back.
This is more than kickboxing. It's therapy.
Mind, body, and spirit. It just makes you feel good.
Josh Ebert spent 12 years in the Army before coming home. But coming home can be easier said than done. That's where Lift for the 22 comes in.
I think it makes them understand that they're not alone in this fight, that there's other people that are experiencing these things.
They understand where I've been. They understand, what it's like to struggle when we come back.
Lift for the 22 was founded 6 years ago, aiming to combat the veteran suicide epidemic, which claims nearly 22 lives every day. The nonprofit organization offers veterans free gym memberships and classes as a healthy outlet.
They've told me that, this really pointed me in the right direction or it saved my life.
Did this save your life?
Absolutely, absolutely. In July of 2015, when I was, sitting in my kitchen alone, ready to end my own life, if you would have asked me would I be here today, I wouldn't believe you.
Forward!
This is one of those things that gave me the direction and purpose and motivation that I once had when I was in the military.
Dan leads this weekly kickboxing class, but that's just the tip of the iceberg.
It also focuses on community and camaraderie, and that's ultimately what people need when they're going through a transition.
Lift for the 22 helps veterans through that transition to civilian life by teaching them skills through peer-to-peer support. COVID has halted some of their national plans for now, but Dan is hoping down the road the program can help veterans all across the country.
Give it every last bit you got!
Scott Grodsky, CBS 58 Sports. Former Badgers star Marcus Landry is growing something special in the heart of Milwaukee.
Okay, go put a plant in there.
The Vincent graduate is going back to his Wisconsin roots this summer, teaching kids in a community with intense needs about gardening.
Got it.
I grew up in the city, but at heart, I'm a country boy.
The 6'7" forward isn't your typical botanist, but the seeds were planted early.
That's great.
Growing up, he learned from his mom and grandmother that it takes patience, discipline, and hard work to be a gardener. Principles that stuck with him throughout his 11 seasons in professional basketball.
We can give them a positive foundation. They can go back to that thing that they once learned as a little kid to get them over the hiccups in their lives.
For Marcus, that hiccup came in the form of a torn Achilles this season. The first major injury of his career has him digging back to that foundation and playing it forward, sharing his green thumb with the next generation.
We give these kids the opportunity to not be in front of a device the whole time, but to actually get their hands dirty. They learn about sustainability, being able to grow their own things.
It's just fun to be able to spend time with my second family and being able to see new things grow and how my hard work is helping others.
She can see that hard work blossom immediately. Eliana and many others stick around after gardening to help Marcus's food drive. A food drive that feeds around 300 people in the community, in part by using some of the produce they've grown. Reporting in Milwaukee, Scott Grodsky, CBS 58 Sports. In the shadow of Lambeau Field, across Lombardi Avenue, fans found a creative way to still watch Packers games in 2020.
This year we decided to offer experience to the fans where they could have themselves on the fence, where probably the best next seats in the house.
For a couple $100, die-hard fans could earn a spot on the Packers fence. And here's the best part. The money goes to the Packers Give Back COVID-19 Community Relief Fund.
We wanted to do something good. I mean, we're not here for greed, we're here for good. We wanted to benefit the community. We have this platform. Spencer and I aren't millionaires. We don't have funds that we can just donate out of our pocket to help the community. So we can use our art platform that we both have and use that to help benefit the community.
The money will specifically meet basic needs within our community. So it goes to nonprofit organizations who are basically addressing specifically the economic needs and the health needs related to COVID-19 in our community.
Spencer and Zane donated their time, nearly 100 hours painting the fence. They raised more than $6,000, giving it right back to the community.
It's what the Green Bay community is all about, is giving back.
Green Bay Packers is a community-owned team. We really want people to take home that we are one community. We stand with each other. I mean, we're ride or die. I mean, we are going to get through this together.
Other than a few touch-ups, the fence is all set, but they're still raising more money by selling prints and canvases. Reporting in Green Bay, Scott Grodsky, CBS 58 Sports. In the middle of March Madness, some of the Marquette Golden Eagles are taking a timeout.
Hello, 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 hello.
to read to some of their youngest fans.
I watch the Marquette every game.
Will you be my friend?
Sharp Literacy's Reading with the Golden Eagles program is in its 6th season.
We can actually see them up close. We can talk to them. We can ask them questions.
Yeah, you're right. I love working with kids. I mean, you can feel the energy as soon as you saw this kid. Like, they like give you a big smile, hug. Wow.
Ike knows the importance of education.
In African home, they take school so serious.
Growing up in Nigeria, he didn't start speaking English until he was 13 years old and planning to move to the U.S. to play basketball. Now he's playing it forward.
Like, I want to be able to do as much as I can to help this kid, give back to them.
And it gives kids the desire to be better and do better and know that you can, overcome obstacles if you really, put your mind to it.
Ike's basketball career came to an early end with 2 serious back injuries.
When I heard the news from the doctor, I broke down, like, crying.
His teammates helped him get through it.
I just love, Marquette so much that, I take them as a family.
While his Marquette family prepares for the NCAA tournament on the court, Ike is building one.
I used to practice at this basketball court. Every year that I go home, I see this basketball court getting worse and worse.
So the 21-year-old young man saved up money for 3 years to rebuild in his hometown. Now he's working on starting a nonprofit to help send Nigerian kids to school.
I always want to give back, want to do something, because every time that I do something good, I get joy from it.
So do the kids in Mr. Collins' 3rd grade class.
I guess this is the end of the story.
Reporting in Milwaukee, Scott Grodsky, CBS 58 Sports. The action was hard-hitting, high-flying, and heartfelt.
The main reason we're here is for Mason.
Welcome to Mayhem for Mason 2. Local wrestler Tiny Love put together a jam-packed show in West Bend to honor the life of Mason Holbrook, who tragically passed away this fall at just 6 years old.
He was so full of life, and he's like my hero because he was so strong. His smile, it just is infectious, The biggest thing is we want to celebrate his life.
That celebration raised more than $6,000 to help with the family's medical costs.
I'm winning tonight, and I'm doing it for Mason!
Tiny plans to make this an annual event, raising money for different local families every year. It's all part of his program, Wrestling for a Cause.
I can't change the world, but I sure as heck can change the 6 feet around me. And hopefully by doing nice things like this, other people like to do nice things for others too without expecting anything in return.
Scott Grodsky, CBS 58 Sports.